approach movement from the court's point of view, because it's different factions. Kuna watu wako kwa streets, kuna watu wako kwa social media. Then kama we can get enough help with lawyers and what Tony is doing and the whole team, that's really good.
Nonini, unajua hii makesi inakuanga ngumu juu hauna inside information. Wale watu wametoka kutusaidia ni wale watu wako kwa airport, wataki iende. Kama kuna mdozi tunaongea na secretary.
Hiyo ni fiti sana, yani unafanya kitu jambo moja muhimu sana. Mali tu kidogo tunagongana kidogo tu nini. Unaona vijana wadogo, vijana wanapigania kukomboa Kenya, or the old and the wise, which is good, but also the old and the wise lazima wajibike. Tony, there is no way unashikanisha na mtu lazima akuja tuambie kwa nini when people in his party are being called out for graft, he doesn't speak about it. Tunataka kumuona by action. We appreciate the action of him joining you and helping you with litigation. That is cool. But when people from his party, major people, governors, wako kwa report ya Auditor General, all of a sudden wametoka sijui UK kuchukua pesa gani ya kufungua hospitali gani, and you don't speak about it, you are the party leader. We need to see you start calling these people out. Then we can know you are genuine. Then we can know you're part of the movement. Hii unakuwa unatana blind eye when that is happening.
Nauliza niambie date. Hapana, mimi namlete space. Unajua mimi siwezi kuongea kwa mtu mzima mwanaume. Mimi nataka siku moja uniambie tupange space, mkuje muongee na yeye mvent. Unajua sasa hakuna jingine.
Very good, itakuwa poa sana Tony, because that's how you earn people's trust. Ukuje utuongeleshe, tukuulize these questions. How come kuna hizi vitu zinafanyika, tukusikia ukiongea, tukisikia ukiongea, then tutaanza kuona okay, then this is a person we should rally behind. Unaelewa?
Tukimaliza koti tarehe 11 before the end of November, tutaongea na Mweru na nini, tupange space na mpatiwe notice.
Very good, but so far so good. Si ati mwachilie endeleeni Kenya mnafanya iko sawa. Hii vita tunapigania all fronts. Iko tu sawa bro. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Nonini. I agree with you. People need to come and speak for themselves, and Gen Zs and all of us need to hold them accountable. So I agree. Once we focus on this November 11, just like Kalonzo and the team have been in court defending and fighting for the airport, then we need them to come here and we need to have a conversation with them. So I agree with that. So Cisco, do you have something you want to say? Cisco.
Yeah, I was actually backing Nonini or something. We need after 11. Tony, please, who Kalonzo mlete hapa. He needs to be answerable to some question we need to ask him.
Okay, let me answer you and you go on. What I advised him, because he's my friend, I told him huku nje ni hostile. At least asa wewe fanya kitu, at least nikikuleta unaweza ujichete. So pia unajua sisi si wajinga, tunajua mko na hasira. So I told him, it is better you do watu waone unafanya, alafu ukuje explain hiyo mambo ingine. Kama mimi kuna siku nilimuuliza hiyo jina ya watermelon, akaniambia alipatiwa na Raila. Na Raila sasa ndio watermelon. Wacha kuja waambie ilitoka wapi. Lakini, what I'm saying is I agree, I undertake, but because he has agreed to commit to the 11th of November with this new legal team, let's go get the conservatory orders and the order of consolidation with the LSK case. I want to just be very brief about this. The LSK case is the one that has been holding the airport. But that case is a problem because it's a judicial review. It's looking as to whether the contract is good or bad, and it can be improved how or whatever. It does not cancel it. Ours is a constitutional petition that nullifies completely on the grounds of constitutional objections that the public has refused and the public has not been involved. Parliament did not approve, etc. And all those constitutional declarations, once they happen, including the workers who are meant to be part of that, the workers are the biggest party. The workers are sending affidavits to say that they are all of them not for it, which judge can say it's okay. That's the coalition I've been building. And what we've not not been having is that political voice. So I ask Kalonzo, please, kuja hata hawa wazee waone mimi, I'm not talking like a madman. That there's a Muluya there's a Mukamba, there is, the face of Kenya. So that even as leaders, the petition gets life. And now, if that happens, then I will bring the guy here for account, and he can account for himself. After the 11th of November, I undertake that.
It's okay. If Tom later, then hapo tuna shida. If he will come, then we will see. You just bring him here. We have a role.
Do you trust my word? When I tell you something, sasa tutapandiana heshima namna gani? Wewe umetuma, nimekubali na nimesema undertake, mimi ndio ndamlete. Sasa
Okay,
I don't want to tell you what to tell him. Sasa sio ni yenyu na yeye. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I agree with all this conversation, but first thing first, we need to stop Adani. A conversation with Kalonzo can come after this. Once we secure the airport, then we'll bring Kalonzo and the rest of the people, the other politicians that we need to hold accountable. But I think the priority and the precedence right now is November 11th when we're being caught, and the fact that we need to assemble a legal team, and the fact that people are denied public participation. So we also need to do public mobilization for people that want to go to court and be present, people that want to be outside the courtroom protesting. This is a great opportunity. So I don't want us to focus on having that conversation or a space with Kalonzo. I don't think that is of priority right now, but I understand that is also something that needs to be addressed. But I believe that we'll have time for that. So there's time for everything. So right now, focus on Adani. So if there's anybody here that would like the mic, please request the mic so we can close the space in about 30 minutes. I see Ras G is back. I see KOT is back. Can we please get on the mic and let's talk about how we're going to mobilize people? There's also a number there for funds. If people in the diaspora, before the space was dropped, people were kept asking how they contribute and support towards the illegal undertakings of the Adani case. So there's a number there if you want to contribute. But let's focus on the fact that we need to stop Adani, and I think this is a great way to send a message across the board, in the sense that if right now they're trying to take the port, which I believe they are. I mean, they just took Tanzania, so I don't think the port of Kenya is going to be spared by any chance. So it's a good way we focus on this, we zero in on this and stop them and send a precedence and send a message and they put our foot on the ground. So, okay, African Jani, I hope, I know I'm mispronouncing that already. If you have something to say, just proceed.
Yes, it's African, and it's okay if it goes totally wrong. I just wanted to share some of the ways, because I know some of us, we sit on these spaces, we talk about it, and then we just feel like we don't have anything we can do to help. But I know that earlier somebody had talked about we can't just keep doing demonstrations, right? There's other ways of speaking our language and feeling heard. And so some of the things that I just wanted to share here are if we have any artists in the group, and I think I shared this in one of the earlier posts that I made on these spaces, one of the ones that has been kicked out. But those who are creative people, this is your time. This is your time to think about your creativity and how you can use these cause and your creativity to share this with the world, share it in a different language. If we have podcasters, you can create shows that discuss these issues and what's going on. If we have artists, right, we can do street theater. I know when I was in Kenya, when we got to these stop signs or something, we will see these acrobats performing. And I was traveling with my American-born family, and that really stood out to them. Like, wow, what's going on the street? So I think street theater, performing skits or short plays that highlight these problems is a really good way. Social media, of course, we are here on spaces. We are using hashtag viral content. Those who are artists and can do graffiti, we can create powerful artwork on the streets to convey the message. I know I've heard few songs, especially with there's one that sticks in my mind, reject the bill, but we could have some artists who think about songs to with regards to Adani, or even spoken word. It could be a poem or songs. And then we have the digital petitions. I think earlier I heard there was a petition that allowed us to show up at the court. And as we look at doing another public participation, it might be a good time to do another digital petition. And I know Accountability Dev has an app that he's using. There's also cartoons. If you're really good at making cartoons, if you can make them in tribal languages so we can reach more masses, even better. Educational workshops. I know we are doing civic education from KOT. I'm doing my own civic education. I had to learn PPP. It's not personal protective equipment. It's PPP to do with something else. So we all need education. And then lastly, there's boycott, right? Is if there's a way you can refuse to buy the products or services that are linked to these people. I think one day I was going down a rabbit hole. I don't know if Adani is connected to the Total Energies group from France. I'm not sure. But that's one way, is stop buying petrol at the Total gas station and let their shares tank. So there's different ways for us to speak our voices in addition to what we are doing here and supporting the team. So that's all I wanted to add, and I'm gonna drop back onto the listener space. Thank you so much.
Thank you so